Back to one of our leading stories this morning. Crowds of supporters are expected to gather outside the High Court in Pietermaritzburg, and they will be waiting to hear if the late King Goodwill Zwelithini's will is legitimate. Now, it's been contested by Queen Lethiwe Zulu's two daughters, who claim the signature was forged. ENC's Lethiwe Mdluli is outside the High Court in Pietermaritzburg now, and we cross to her to find out the very latest. And Lethiwe, good morning to your colleague. I mean, from where you stand, how are the crowds looking? Because they were expected, although I did see a report and a statement coming out condemning, supporters from coming in their numbers because we're still in a pandemic. But from where you stand, how does it look?
Well, Tumelo, for now, while we await for the much anticipated judgment here in the Pietermaritzburg High Court, as you can see from behind me, there's not much happening. It's fairly quiet for now, but we have seen from previous times when this court case was in court that amaButho and izintombi usually arrive around 9 a.m. before the court starts, as the court opens, rather should I say. But as you can see, there is a road that has been closed off to traffic. There's also police vehicles here. They are, of course, controlling traffic, making sure that when those crowds arrive, they will have the leeway to do their singing and their dancing. This is, of course, ahead of the judgment. My colleague Siphamandla Goge is inside court, and he will be bringing you what happens inside there. We've also spotted some members of the royal house. We are not quite sure which house they belong to, but we are spotting them outside. They are slowly arriving, as you can see from your visuals. Those are the royal members that are here today. We're also awaiting for izintombi. They have been quite supportive of King Misuzulu before. We had a chance to speak to them the last time that this matter was in court back in January, and they were saying that they are hoping that these court matters with the royal family, they come into conclusion, and of course we will see a coronation at some point. But from the last time that we were here, we did see a lot of supporters coming through. And just on Monday, there was a statement that was released by Prince Mangosuthu, urging the crowd to not gather outside the Pietermaritzburg High Court. But much like the last time, Tumelo, there was a statement that was released by Prince Mangosuthu urging people to not come. But we did see amaButho and izintombi coming to support King Misuzulu.
Absolutely, Lethiwe. And from where you stand, I can see visuals behind you. Members of the law enforcement just redirecting traffic. Do you know if any streets will be closed off, just so that our viewers who are still at home, perhaps wanting to use that road, can be cautioned to expect that traffic might be perhaps redirected in a different direction?
Well, Tumelo, for those who are wanting to make use of this road near the Pietermaritzburg High Court, just outside the Pietermaritzburg High Court, I'll be urging them to use alternative routes, because as you can see from where we are, that area has been closed off. So if you are wanting to make use of this highway, or this road rather, just outside the Pietermaritzburg High Court, I'll be urging you to use alternative routes. For now, though, we haven't seen much traffic because it is still quite early. We are expecting for this matter to start at 10 today, but there are police who are redirecting traffic, and I'm sure for those motorists who are going to be wanting to use this road, they will be directed as to where they can go.
All right, that's where we leave it for now. Lethiwe Mdluli, thanks for that developing story just outside, of course, Pietermaritzburg High Court. We do know for now, according to Lethiwe, that, of course, there isn't much crowd. Of course, we've heard from the IFP releasing a statement saying that they would advise supporters not to gather outside court today. But, of course, members of the royal family, as seen there and referenced by Lethiwe Mdluli, already outside waiting for those proceedings to start.